Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this vampy eye look with a bold lipstick. I absolutely love how it turned out. I hope you guys do too, because today we are going to be creating this look. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. Alright, so as you guys can see, I already did my eyebrows and I also did this side. That way I can just show you guys with this eye. First, we're going to be starting with our concealer. This is the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. We're going to be putting this in our eyelid. We're going to go ahead and just prime our eyes. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and just move on to our eyeshadow. For our eyeshadow, we are going to be using this palette right here, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina on volume 3. This one is one of my favorites. I know I showed you guys how to do a tutorial eyeshadow. I believe it was a purple one with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina 1, volume 1. So if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you guys see it as well. But yeah, we're going to be doing this eyeshadow right here with this one. This is how the palette comes, you guys. As you guys can see, it is beautiful. I loved all the eyeshadows here. I love that it has a lot of orange and brown tones mixed in it. And I also love that it has mixed in with like purple, blue, there's some even neon yellow. So I was like, wow, this palette is really pretty. It has a lot of different tones on it, so I decided to get my hands on it. It is really worth every penny you spend on this palette. And also it comes with the big mirrors. You guys can see I love when palettes come with mirrors, because that way you don't have to like look for a mirror and just, you know, grab your palette and look for a mirror. This one already comes with a mirror. It just has a mirror right there, so therefore you don't even have to look for a mirror, so that's a plus. So to start out our eyeshadow, we're going to be using this color right here, which is C3, this one right here. And I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. We're using the fluffy side. I'm going to be dipping into this color. And I'm going to be putting this color right here on the crease. So I'm just dapping it in, grabbing a little bit more. I'm just tapping it in the area I want it to go. Once I have that, I'm just going to go ahead and just start blending that in. I was kind of surprised when I put this eyeshadow on my lid, because I thought it was going to be more of a kind of coffee brown, because it looked that way. But once I put it on my eyelid, it kind of looked like brown mixed with a little bit of red. So I was like, I'm not mad about it. It's still a cute color. I really liked it. And we're gonna bring it up here a little bit past our crease, a little bit closer to our eyebrow. And then we're bringing it down here a little bit as well. And just building that color up. Moving on to our next eyeshadow, we're going to be using this one right here. We're going to dip into this one, and that one is on color D1. It's this one right here. And I'm going to be using a smaller, fluffier brush. I'm going to be dipping into it. And I'm going to be putting this one right here on half of my eye, like on the edge of my lid right here. Grabbing a little bit more. And this time, I'm going to go ahead and just blend it all in my crease. And bringing it here on the corner of my eyelid as well. Just blending that out. And when we're blending that, just blend it out here in the crease. Don't blend this part out that you put on the eyelid. Just blend out the crease area. We'll come back to that right now. Grabbing a little bit more. I wonder, have you guys ever experienced an earthquake? Like, growing up in Kentucky, I never experienced an earthquake, you guys. And I remember my first time experiencing it here. I was actually at work, and I believe it was last year. I've been living in LA for about to be 4 years on November. It's like 2 days before Thanksgiving that I turned 4 years here. And I remember I was at work, and I remember feeling the whole building just shake, and it was pretty like intense. Like at first I was like, wait, am I really dizzy right now? And I remember looking at my coworker, and she was like, no, it's an earthquake. So I ran to the back, and I was like, oh my god, it's an earthquake. So then I grabbed my backpack, and everybody was like, you need to calm down, we have these frequently. Like, I'm like, I'm not used to these, like, you know. And I remember we had like 4 more earthquakes after that, and on the fourth one, it was like really strong. It was like a 7.8. And I remember telling Sylvester, if we get another one like that, we are leaving to Nevada, because I'm not about to stay here. Like, I was freaking out, especially because I have anxiety, so that just makes it even worse. But yeah, I remember my first time just experienced it. So last night when we experienced it again, it wasn't that bad, but I feel a little more calm because I was with Sylvester. I feel like if there's an earthquake, I'd much rather be with him in case anything happens than us being like him and his job and me and my job. So yeah, I wonder if you guys have experienced an earthquake. Like, it's the scariest thing, you guys. Like, it's the worst. I hope you guys don't have to experience it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the same color, and this time I'm gonna be putting it just here on the side of my eye, just on the kind of like on the end of it. I'm just building this color up right there. Next, we're gonna be dipping into this color right here. It's kind of like a burgundy color. It's color E2, I believe. Yeah, it's E2. It's gonna be this one right here, and I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and we're using the side that's a flat brush side. I'm gonna be dipping into it on that axis, and I'm gonna be putting this on that eyelid right here. We're gonna bring it all the way to this side. I love this eye look, you guys. It's so easy to do. You only need 3 eyeshadows, and honestly, I feel like it's one of the most easiest easiest makeup look that you can do with your eyes, especially for fall. It's not much of a detail, it's just more of blending, so it's really easy. I love it. And once we have it here half, I'm gonna bring it down all the way here. Even though we put that color right here on the corner of our eye, we're still gonna bring it all the way down. Once we have that, I am moving on to another brush. This brush is a brush that it's more pointier on the top, and it's a blending brush. I'm gonna be using this brush and just to blend that burgundy color that we just put. We're gonna be using this one to blend right here in this crease, right here and down here. We're gonna be using this, just blending that out. Once we blend that out, I am gonna be grabbing a makeup remover and just grabbing a little bit of it, and I'm gonna be cleaning here the bottom part of it, because sometimes I have fallout, so make sure you clean that part. And then a little bit here, because when I blended out, it came all the way down here. We are actually gonna be cleaning this part up here. Just make a straight line. Make sure you don't go over past kind of like your eye here where it stars. You don't want to go past that, otherwise you're gonna have to restart. You guys, it's already fall in LA, and it's still hot here, so don't mind me if I stop for a few breaks and, you know, sip on my little Red Bull, but it's hot. Moving on to our eyeliner, we are going to be using the NYX Epic Ink Liner in color black. Next, we're going to be cleaning this bottom part of our eyeliner, and for that we're going to be using our Instant Rewind Concealer, and also I'm going to be using this brush right here. It's a very thin, small, pointy brush. Grabbing my Camo Concealer, I'm going to be using this just to tap that concealer down. We are actually moving on to our primer. For our primer, we are going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to be grabbing 2 of my fingers and just rubbing that in and putting this on my T-zone area right here, and basically all over my face, honestly. I don't put a lot, I don't go like overboard with it. I put a little bit through my face because you also don't want to look super oily as well. So just a little bit will be good enough. I do gotta say, one of my favorite eye looks has to be one of the eye look that I just did right now, which is kind of like a vampy, like burgundy eye look. Just because I love how it looks on me. I feel like it really just brings out like my skin tone, and it brings out you know, the color of my eyes a lot. So I really love this color. Next, we're gonna be using our NYX Dark Circle Concealer-02 Light Pale, and I'm just gonna be putting this right here on the bottom of my eyelashes, especially right here in the inner corner of my eye, just because this is where I get a lot of like that dark circle part of it. But it's okay, we're gonna just conceal it and we're gonna cover it. Moving to our foundation, we're gonna be using the Beauty Creation Flawless Day Foundation 4.0. I'm gonna be grabbing a little bit in my hand, using my finger. I'm just gonna be dabbing it in my face. I had talked about this foundation last time on my last video, and I was saying I love it. Yes, it is more of a stamp finish, so it is more of a matte foundation, but I really like it, and it's weird for me to say that about kind of a matte foundation, but I love it. It has become one of my favorite foundations, especially for the fall. I really love it. If you guys haven't tried it, you guys need to. It's a really good foundation. It's a stamp finish foundation, so therefore it's not super matte, but it's not like dewy either, so it's in between. If you're that type of person just like me, that you don't like foundations that are matte because they dry up on you a lot, then this one is the one for you guys. It's only $12, so make sure you guys get your hands on it, try it out, because trust me, it's an amazing foundation. For concealer, we're going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm going to be putting this underneath here on my eyes. For our next concealer, we're going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Stamp Finish. I'm going to be putting this one right here on my nose, and a little bit here. I'm putting a little bit here as well, and then some here on my forehead. I'm going to be using the Airspun translucent powder, grabbing my Camo Concealer, and I am going to be making sure everything is good under my eyes here, making sure everything is blended in before we go in with that setting powder and grabbing a little bit and putting this right here on the side of my nose. And then I'm just gonna tap down here and then right here in my forehead and a little bit on my nose. For our contour, we are actually going to be using the Kat Von D Shade Plus Light Contour Lyric in Play Shadow. It's in the color as well medium, in case you guys are wondering. I'm going to be grabbing this one right here, which is the contour side, and I'm going to be dipping my brush. For our bronzer, we're going to be using the Butter Bronzer. Just to give a little bit more definition to the face. With the smaller brush, I'm going to be using this brush to contour my nose. I'm going to be using the same bronzer that we use, which is the Sunkissed. I'm going to be grabbing a pointy brush. It's a fluffy pointy brush, and I'm going to be using this one to just remove all that powder. So we put it under eyes here. We're going to go back to our translucent powder, and I'm going to be grabbing my beauty blender this time, dabbing it in, and I'm going to be using this to contour my nose on the side of it. Next, I'm going to be grabbing the Morphe setting powder. It's in color Banana. And I'm going to be grabbing the bottom side of our beauty blender. And I'm going to be using this one to contour the side of our cheeks. Normally, I use the regular Airspun to contour the side of my cheeks, but I've been loving this one lately. We're going to be using the Tarte blush in color Partay.
A few moments later.
Break time, you guys. I need to drink a little Red Bull. I was craving some caffeine, but we went to the grocery and I totally forgot to buy it, so I still had one Red Bull left, so I was like, you know what, I need a little Red Bull. I didn't have the energy to record today, but I was like, no, Damaris, you need to record. So yeah, moving on to our highlighter, we're gonna be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Precious Petals. I always like to smile when I'm putting anything on the apples of my cheeks. I feel like I just got used to it. So yeah, I've always smiled. Moving on to eyelashes, we're gonna be using the Ardell Demi Wispies lashes. So as you guys can see, I went and go ahead and just put on my eyelashes. Next, we're gonna be removing all this powder that we have right here in our nose, and then we're gonna be removing this powder as well. For our lip liner, we're going to be using the NYX lip pencil in color Natural. For our lipstick, we're going to be using the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in the color Vixen. So that was it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I absolutely love how this look came out. It's a very vampy with a bold lipstick look. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. But before we leave, make sure you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe down to my YouTube channel and hit that bell ring button so you guys can get notified every time I post a video for you guys. And also don't forget to follow me in all my social medias. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so come follow me. You know, I want to be friends with you guys. But yeah, that was it for today's video. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.